Hey guys, Jeff here, Dice Setters. I will be in Vegas for Formula One, which is the weekend before Thanksgiving, and I will be in Vegas for Thanksgiving as well. So if you want to throw some dice with me, you know what to do. Dicesetters@gmail.com, and I will be happy to let you know when we can sit there and hook up and throw some dice. Dice setting has, I would say, three factors to it. If you can figure out one of the three, it's going to be fantastic. If you can figure out two of the three, you're almost there. And when you figure out three of the three, you're perfect. I wouldn't sit there and put one higher than the other. I can't think of three things I can show you in demonstration, but I can show you two things. A washer and a dryer. Is one more valuable than the other? They both have their separate jobs. They both do different things for you. But if you were without one or the other, it still create chaos in your life. You might sit there and say, well, it'd be worse for one or worse than the other, but still at that, it's going to cause chaos. I focused in on the dice setting, the actual setting of the dice, and that's the first one. The second one is the throw. And then the third one is the landing. If I can show you the first one and you've got that down, you're 1/3 the way of being there. If I can show you the landing, and if you can nail the landing, well, then you're 2/3 the way of being there. And going to be the last thing is, how's it, go through the air? Does it twist? Does it turn? Does it flat? The casino I was at last weekend, they changed their tabletops. They changed their tabletops because they are hosting turn 4 of F1. And so they changed them all, and they sat there and said, turn 4, F1. And playing a new tabletop, boy, it sucks. It sucks big time. What used to work doesn't work anymore. It can kind of work, and then it doesn't work anymore. So it's just like, I'm going to have to wait until the tables calm down. And once the tables calm down, then I think it'll be okay. But always remember, if you're at your local casino and you look down, you're like, that looks different. Probably so. Probably is different. So always sit there and think about that when you arrive at the casino. Take a look. Well, I don't remember it being that dark. Well, I don't remember it looking like that. Chances are it's changed. And that means that all three are going to have to change. What you start with, what you do in the air, and how it comes down, all got to change. You can be good for 2 of the 3, or even 1 of the 3 and still make money. But I guarantee you, you're not going to be 3 for 3, especially on a brand new table layout. They do have one table that's called the trampoline. They did tame it down when they sat there and put the new layout on it. And I want to show you, for those of you that have a bouncy table, I want to show you a really cool trick I learned at the bouncy table on where to sit there and have your dice land. So that's what this week's movie is about. Where do you sit there and have your landing zone when you have a table so bouncy that if you normally throw and have that landing zone where you normally throw, it bounces out of the table all the time. I will show you what to do. So without further ado, here it is. All right, so if your table was not bouncy at all, you want generally somewhere right here. You don't want the dice to flip up, crash, and then split apart, one going to the right, one going to the left. But generally, right through here. If you get it right up there and hit this guy, that's going to be bad. That will change your dice set, your dice, everything, and yeah, bad stuff happens when you hit this rubber piece right here. But about right here on a not so bouncy table is where I want to sit there and land. So if you have a bouncy table and if you're landing right here, it just doesn't work. And you can keep on pulling it back, pulling it back, pulling it back, and it still does not work. If you're at a bouncy table that's that bouncy, put your landing zone right here. I'll do some throws to show you. Of course, it won't replicate as well because my table is not bouncy compared to bouncy tables. That was kind of here. Let's pull it back just a hair further. Remember, my table is a 14-footer, and most of the time I go and play their 16-foot. So I've got to adjust that 2 feet for that. And again, I drastically missed that. Let me pull it back some more. Now on a bouncy table, it will continue to roll. It will continue to roll just like if it never left your fingertips. That's what it's going to look like, right there. It's still going to roll. You're still going to have control. Here 107. Again, my table is not bouncy, and I missed that landing zone. I need to be further back. That's what it should look like. The dice will continue to do the motion out of your hand. I forgot whose law it is. It's been a long time since high school, but something in motion will stay in motion. I guess it was Newton's law, maybe? An object in motion will stay in motion. That one was just a hair here. And the dice are still doing what I want them to do. That one didn't hit the wall. But you see what I'm saying? Don't let a bouncy table scare you from not using the dice set that you like, the dice set that you want to use. You're just going to have to pull back your landing zone. Now, if this here doesn't bounce over the table and it lands somewhere here, well, come up with it. Shoot for this one. You want it so that it will land again once it hits here and bounces to here, the same spot. But around from here back, it will hop over the table. So adjust accordingly. Try here first and then start going here. If you throw the dice too many times off the table, they're going to sit there and boot you out of the game. But definitely try here and then move it on down until you're like, okay, that's where I want to be at. At the table I was at, it was just right around here. And I never sat there and bounced a die off the table after adjusting to that. And I could still sit there and hit my points. So that is the tip of the day and also my video of the day. What to do when you come up to a table that's bouncy. You don't want to sit there and leave the casino. You don't want to sit there and go to a different casino. It's just small amounts of adjustment, and you will sit there and roll like a pro or like you used to, even though it is a bouncy table. Just change your landing zone. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and if you definitely want to shoot some dice during Thanksgiving or Formula One, let me know. Thanks, guys.